Welcome everyone to another Pixelated review. I'm your host, Pixelated Jordan. So, we have this fantastic steam machine of a dragon. Now, this series right here is a trilogy. And yes, of course, when I review series, it is spoiler. But this right here has always been on my radar. I've seen this on my, recommendation all the time. This steampunk dragon looking thing. I've always seen it and going, man, that looks really cool. I gotta check it out. I haven't checked it out until now. And I am so disappointed in myself that I did not check it out recently. This is your YA book, all that stuff, your Fable Havens, your Gregor Overlander, that good classic stuff, right? This right here, I'm surprised I haven't read it before. It's something that I just like. I look at the cover, and usually the cover drags me in. They tell you not to judge a book by the cover, but I'm dragged in it either way. Point is, this right here was an absolute fun ride. Like a trilogy, I'm lost for words for the trilogy. It really is something special, I could say. I really had so much fun with this one, and I know I'm skipping over this review stuff, but point is, all you gotta know right now is that there's a place called Cove. We got some, inventions of steampunk and dragons, and steampunk dragons. So, if that's already glued you in right there, then you're gonna be happy about this one, because I was very happy when I read it. So, without further ado, let's start the review. Cove, Book 1, Fires of Invention. If I had to give this review a title, the title would be The Lack of Creativity. Now, I know what you're thinking. That sounds like a negative thing, but it's not. That's the way the book is. The book is this idea of this lack of creativity. The people they live there, they all just do the standard procedures and stuff like that inside a place called Cove. And this inventor, Tristan, he just wants to build things. He just build things, but he doesn't build the standard things, so he gets in trouble for that. Being called an inventor is just a bad word for them, for everyone. It's an insult basically, which was silly at first, but then when you get diving into the world, it's like, oh, that makes sense why. And then we uncover a mystery about this whole Cove place, and it starts building up. We have this other character, she's got a father who was an inventor, he was banished, and it was a whole thing. And then, we come to find out that, Cove is like a sanctuary almost, because it's keeping safe from actual dragons, like real life dragons. They exist, and they build up this dragon invention, literally as almost a defense, if you would say. And it just, and that ending right there, coming to find out that dragons are real, and this was built to protect everyone from the dragons. It was amazing, and I love the creativity that was used, because they was like, you can't be creative over here, you can't be an inventor. Then they go check this out, and they did, and it was awesome. The climax with the fight with the dragon, my gosh, that was a good fight with a dragon too. So yeah, definitely. This book was just a great start to a trilogy that I'm never going to forget about. This is an amazing start right here. So, with that being said, I give Cove, Fires of Invention a rating of I recommend it. Cove, Book 2, Gears of Revolution. So as you can tell, I absolutely loved the first book. So going in the second book, I was ready for it to just explode even more. It did that. It kind of didn't at the same time, but it's not a bad entry regardless. I guess my only issue is that this kind of serves as a world building tool, but it doesn't build enough, if that makes sense. There's points, because we're in this kind of area where they worship these dragons like gods and stuff like that. They're seen as these gods, and if you try to insult them or you attack them, for sure, that's the thing. If you do, you're kind of, you're kind of a bad person in their eyes. So, and it kind of takes place in this little weird society that worship these guys. There's an underground society and stuff like that. There's a lot to it. I'm not gonna lie, there's definitely a lot. I guess my only issue is that After expanding what came from the first one, I expected just a teensy bit more, maybe about the dragons himself, but we do get that, but we don't. Anyway, point is, the story of this one right here took place in that dragon worshipping town, and it was a lot of fun. And I do like some of these neat puzzles that they kind of came across. It was really fun. And then our side character, our second protagonist, she found her father, and he helped build more things for them, just to, well, kind of leave this place. So, and there is another climax too with a bunch more dragons, and that was a lot of fun. And then we get some more stuff here and there about the world of dragons and then Cove itself, and it really does do a lot of world building in this section. It's like I said, some parts maybe not as well, but overall I still enjoyed the characters, I still enjoyed the world. The dragons are always cool. So overall, this is still a really good entry, and I really was excited after this one. So with that being said, I'm giving Cove Gears of Revolution a rating of, check it out, Cove Book 3, Embers of Destruction. Now this is a trilogy. I'm gonna say that right now, this is a trilogy. It ends in another technical dragon worshipping town, but everyone seems more revered by them. Like in the other one, they were like, oh, they have to worship him or they're gonna die. This one was more of a, they want to worship him, and we love these dragons. So something was up, and there was a lot of dogfights. Let me put it that way, there were a lot of dogfights in this one. And come to find out, there's a big mystery on why these dragons exist, and I'm not gonna spoil that one. I'm gonna be completely honest with that one. I'm not gonna spoil that. You see that big old dragon in the background? Yeah, he's very important if you couldn't tell. But it was a good reveal, and I was like, wow, that is kind of crazy. I like that. It's so weird in this fun kind of way that I like it. You have to stretch your disbelief here and there sometimes, but overall, if you just kind of enjoy the stories for what they tell you, it really is a good story. And the ending was really something I didn't expect, especially with one of the characters. You have a bunch of kids here, so because YA books, young adults gotta always have kids there for some reason to save the day. It's just what it is. But the ending of it really was something unexpected, and I was not ready for that. I really can't explain how much I really like this ending, and I know I'm not saying a lot about this one in particular because I do feel like this one deserves a read more than anything else. The way it ends, of everyone discovering what happened to Cove, why these dragons exist, and how they move on, is such a good ending, and I really, really like that. So, that being said, let's give this trilogy a review. For Cove, Embers of Destruction, I give it a rating of, I recommend it. Overall, this is just an amazing trilogy. Solid all the way through. I very, very rarely don't have anything to complain about. Maybe some soul bits in the second one, like the very middling of the book, which is kind of weird. But other than that, this whole series just hits solid. It's got this Invention steampunk idea, which was so much fun, and then the dragons were so cool at the same time. And that revelation, this had so much mystery and just fun to it that I fell in love with it. This is one of my top tier books I would absolutely recommend anybody to read. And I mean anybody. Because this series, it was so much fun. And it gave me this kind of childlike feel, something close to Fable Haven, to Gregory Overlander, stuff like that. That was a lot of love I have for those books. So this one sits right next to those books right there for me, because this was so much fun, and I had so much to say about it and love about it that, I'm gonna always recommend this one. So if you're looking for a young adult children book, or whatever you want to say about it, with steampunk and dragons, I recommend this book for you. So without further ado, let's give a series review. For the rating of the Mysteries of Cove series, I give it a rating of, I recommend it. Hi, thank you guys for watching this video. I really do appreciate it. This book would be linked down below as usual, and I have plenty more in the playlist below. Also, I too am an author. If you're interested in any YA ghost adventure books, I have that for you down below. So thank you again for watching, and I hope you all have a great day.